Good afternoon and welcome to historic Dahlonega, Georgia, on the campus of the University of North Georgia. Today's matchup, we have the visiting Georgia Southwestern Hurricanes taking on your University of North Georgia Nighthawks. The Nighthawks coming off a 1-4 loss against Young Harris at their home. Very unfortunate loss there by the Nighthawks. It was 1-4. The lone goal was scored by Benjamin Elgueta, and as I said, it was a 1-4 loss. They scored that lone goal in the second period, with Young Harris scoring two in both periods of that game. And for the visiting Hurricanes, they came off a loss as well to Clayton State, a 5-0 loss, so they got shut out there at home against Clayton State. Clayton State is a very decent team, so that's not a bad matchup here we have here today. The Canes coming in at a 5-4-2 record, and your Nighthawks coming in at a 4-7-1 record. I feel like the Nighthawks have to get some wins here in these last about 4 or 5 games of the season to try to make the postseason here. Unless there's some more teams that I have not looked up yet that has probably some worse records than that, and we will probably be at the last seed, but at least we've made it, which is still good for Nighthawks to try to get a postseason some postseason wins under their belt for this season.
Absolutely, Noah. The Nighthawks coming off of probably one of the most disappointing losses of the season, losing to Peach Belt rival Young Harris in the Battle of Blood Mountain 4-1, as you said, where defense was unable to contain the Mountain Lions and allowing them to get 24 shots, their most in any contest this season, with Hazel Lay and Cooper Bowen combining for 7 saves in the effort. And as you mentioned, Benjamin Elgueta was able to find the back of the net to avoid the shutout. And the Nighthawks sitting at 4-7-1 after this past Wednesday with 4 games left in the regular season. The Nighthawks must win out if they want to finish the season above 500. And as you mentioned, Georgia Southwestern coming off that 5-0 loss to the Red Hot Lakers from Clayton State. Lakers pouring it on in the first half, going up 4-0 as the Hurricanes were unable to contain Gio Rios, who now leads Division II soccer in assists this season. And as it stands right now, Georgia Southwestern sits in 5th place in the Peach Belt Conference, North Georgia trailing right behind them in 6th place. So North Georgia trying to gain some leverage here on Georgia Southwestern here this afternoon in Dahlonega.
For sure, as I forgot to mention, my name is Noah Alford, and I'm here with Robert DeClementa and the rest of the Nighthawk Sports Network to bring you today's coverage of North Georgia soccer. Excuse me. I think today it's a pretty nice day here in Dahlonega. Kind of clear skies, a little about 70 degrees here with a little bit of wind on out there for the players. I know they'll like that a little bit. I know it can be hot out there running, especially with turf. Turf gets very hot, especially with the sun. Excuse me, being out today. So for sure, I think the players will have a nice, cool day today as they go up against the matchup against the Hurricanes here.
Absolutely, and here's how both teams will line up today. Today's starting lineups are presented by Northeast Georgia Health System, the official healthcare partner of North Georgia Athletics. First for the home Nighthawks, in goal is going to be number 1, Hazel Lay, the junior goalkeeper from Monterrey, Mexico, followed by number 2, Christian Carlton, the freshman defender from Cumming, Georgia. Number 4, Elwin Asiedu, getting the start tonight as well. Number 5, Chad Hudson. Number 10, Lino De Catano, the freshman midfielder from Edinburgh, Scotland. Number 11, Mikhail Prince, the freshman midfielder from Ajax, Ontario. Number 17, Alejandro De Viena, the sophomore defender from Jefferson, Georgia. And number 19, Joe McInnes, the freshman forward from Edirne, Scotland. Number 22, Marvin Rodas, the sophomore defender from Suwanee, Georgia. Number 25, Harris Osman Basic, the freshman forward from Alpharetta, Georgia. And number 26, Paige Sinclair will round out the lineup, the senior midfielder from Kingston, Jamaica. The Nighthawks are led by head coach Dr. Pat Paris, and he's assisted by Anel Lilich. It's definitely a must-win for both of these two teams today. Since the Hurricanes' last matchup against North Georgia, Georgia Southwestern has yet to win a contest, falling to 5-4-2 on the season. So the Hurricanes definitely have some urgency to get their first win in almost a month of play here.
And we'll be right back with you here in Dahlonega after this short commercial break.
She has her whole life in front of her and already has a world-class heart team behind her. And so does every generation of her family, thanks to Georgia Heart Institute. Every day, our cardiologists, heart surgeons, and vascular surgeons bring breakthroughs that save and improve lives for generations. So whether you need heart care today or in 2073, we'll be here with the very best for your heart. Georgia Heart Institute.
Leadership is fueled by vision and passion. Leadership is service with empathy, creativity, and integrity. Leadership is seeking continuous improvement for yourself and your community. Since 1873, the University of North Georgia has prepared generations of civic, professional, and military leaders. Today, UNG is a leading regional university that serves students across 5 campuses and online, with educational pathways ranging from associate degrees to doctoral programs. And as one of only 6 senior military colleges in the nation, UNG holds designations as a state leadership institution and as the Military College of Georgia. UNG's national reputation and student profile are growing stronger each year, and we remain focused on student success and academic excellence at all levels. Across UNG, our incredible faculty and staff are scholars and mentors who inspire service, inquiry, and creativity. And resume-building experiences help each student fulfill their potential. We know the value of determination and teamwork in and out of the classroom, and this spirit pushes our students to excel on the field, serve our communities, and explore the world. When the day is done, the real measure of our success lies in who our graduates become. Outstanding leaders for a diverse and global society. The University of North Georgia.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Holmes.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
back in here with you here in Delonga right after the national anthem. Both teams are starting to set up for the start of the game. And here is Roberts with the Canes starting lineup.
So for the visiting Hurricanes from Georgia Southwestern, in goal is going to be number 0, Juan Ramirez, followed by number 6, Cole Davidson, number 7, Damian Dominguez, number 10, Chris Salamatu, number 15, Matisse Tifrit, number 16, Cole Carter, number 17, Daniel Gardner Jr., number 20, Lucas Bedleg, number 27, Alexander Lozano, number 28, Vincent Matoya, and number 34, Riley Medlin. The Hurricanes are led by head coach Eric Crawford in his 4th season, and he is assisted by Eric Shepard in his 4th season as well.
For sure. It should be a really good matchup here between the Canes and the Nighthawks here. As we said, both teams looking for a playoff berth. The Peach Belt standings for the men's soccer stands at Lander at 6-2-4, Clayton State at 6-4-2, Young Harris at 5-3-3, Flagler at 5-3-2, Southwestern at 5-4-2, and then North Georgia at 4-7-1, and USC Aiken at 1-8. So the Nighthawks have a good chance to try to beat out, or at least try to get a win over their Peach Belt rival, the Canes, because the last matchup, as Robert said, was a tie. So getting this kind of tiebreaker, I guess you can say, will definitely help them in the run for the playoffs here. As we about to start off here, as Joe McInnes is ready to kick the ball off to start this first period of action here at Lynn Control Park.
Yes, definitely. And as you mentioned, it was a 1-1 tie in their last matchup. It was the first tie in their previous 21 matchups. So with the records as they stand today, but neither one of these teams is looking for a tie today. Each team's going to be going for the win here in Dahlonega. So we look to kick things off here. We are away. Time is 1:04. Sinclair with the ball, passes it off to Prince.
See, Prince is rocking a new hairstyle. It looks like. I know he had the little, not fro, I won't call it, but little high top. You know, he got some braids now. Good look for him.
So Nighthawks defense working the ball around now. That ball will roll out of bounds for a Hurricanes throw-in.
Hurricanes been aggressive already to start off this first period.
Hurricanes with the yellow bottoms and the nice black and yellow striped tops. The Nighthawks in their home white kits today.
I think that might be blue, like a navy blue.
Yeah, it looks like it's like a dark blue.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see from up here in the broadcast booth. Great defense there. That was very, very scary for the Nighthawks.
So Georgia Southwestern with possession now. It's Cole Carter. Passes that one down the midfield line. That ball rolls out of bounds for a Georgia Southwestern throw-in. Downfield from Sinclair.
Try to get that to Osmond Basic. A little short on it. Osmond Basic is a very good player. I watched him. I don't remember which game it was here at home, but he is a very good attacker for the Nighthawks, as you can see here.
Osmond Basic tripped up there. No call from the officials, so that'll lead to a Hurricanes goal kick here.
I think the Kings fans wanted a handball, it seemed, but he was, tripped over the ball, or tripped up, and then he hit the ball. So I think that kind of calls for a handball, and then as the Kings are offsides, possession will go back to the Nighthawks.
player will take the free kick here. He passes that one off to Hudson. Nighthawks on the attack here. De Viena sends it in. And Nighthawks find the back of the net. Harris Osman Basic scoring early here, going up 1-0.
As I said before, you can see Osman basically already causing an impact on the game.
So Noah with the replay here.
No replay for that goal yet, but great goal there by Osman Basic. Like I said, I mentioned before, he's a very good attacker and goal scorer for the Nighthawks, and he gets the Nighthawks, draws first blood for them against the Canes very early in this first period.
Yeah, just 3 minutes into the game, Nighthawks going up. Austin Basic's been very successful here in front of his home crowd.
North Georgia goal by number 25, Harris Osman Basic. Assist credited to number 17, Alejandro De Viena.
Assists were credited to Alejandro De Viena.
Field at Lynn Cottrell Park is North Georgia 1, Georgia Southwestern 0.
So North Georgia getting on the board early here, taking Georgia Southwestern by surprise. See if they can respond here. As McInnes passes it off, Osman Basic again.
Ooh, a little too much on it. Kicks it out of the field.
Nighthawks will definitely be looking to get Osman Basic going some more here in this game. As the Hurricanes will have the goal kick here.
Yeah, for sure. We have a couple inactives for the Nighthawks. I know Max Garnett is not in tonight. Neither is Michael Walsh or Santiago Gimenez. They're all inactive for that. I did see Max in a boot on his right foot, so he might have some type of ankle injury here. Don't know the quite injury designation for the other two, but hopefully they will be okay for these next 3 to 4 games they have left of the season. I know they are pretty good key players for the Nighthawks here, especially Santiago. He is one of the leaders of the Nighthawks, and Michael Walsh being one of the good defenders for the Nighthawks as well. And Max been a great attacker, or I believe he's a midfielder for the Nighthawks. So they all play very good key positions for the Nighthawks for their success.
As Georgia Southwestern's defense is working the ball around now. Ball will roll out of bounds for a Hurricanes throw-in as they try to work quickly here. Throw it in downfield. That ball will roll back to Hazel Lay, the 2-time Peach Belt goalkeeper of the week for this season. As Hudson sends this one downfield. Georgia Southwestern had a one-on-one situation there with Hazel Lay, but it was an offsides call. So Lay will have the goal kick here. As he sends this one downfield.
A whiff there by the Canes defender. Cannot see their numbers very well with that white clashing with that yellow. It's very hard to see that.
That ball rolls out of bounds for a corner kick here for the Nighthawks. Marvin Rodas to take the corner here. Rodas has been very successful on his corners this season. We'll see if he can make something happen here in this first period. He sends it in. Good job by Georgia Southwestern's defense to prevent the Nighthawks from capitalizing, but they will have the throw in here. As that foul was called on the Hurricanes. So North Georgia with the free kick here. Set up like a corner as they send this one in. Daviana tries to track that one down, goes back to Osmond Basic. Osmond Basic gets the ball taken away for a moment. Daviana will throw in.
Nighthawks trying to get something going here to try to get their second goal. But the Canes defense is holding pretty well against them right now.
So Georgia Southwestern with the Nighthawks with another corner here. As they send this in.
Ooh.
Hurricanes defense standing strong here on a couple possessions. Sinclair takes the ball away for a moment. Gets some contact there on Vincent Montoya, which leads to the free kick for the Hurricanes.
Kind of a flop there in a sense. Pageant going to him too hard, but they did get the call for that.
As that ball sails out of bounds, Christian Carlton will throw in.
Double on Osmond Basic, but he still manages. Oh no, that would be a Canes possession. Never mind that. The Canes doing a better job on their defense these last couple possessions the Nighthawks had them deep in their territory. But we'll see how long they can keep up with this aggressive Nighthawks attack as they continue throughout this game, because fatigue will set in and it will be a little bit harder. Rough impact with number, I believe that's number, cannot see the number with those yellow jerseys, but that was number 17, Alejandro de Viena. Pretty hard contact there, but walks off like it's nothing, so that's good.
Hurricanes taking over here, looking to be aggressive as they send this one downfield. Hudson is there. Starting to see the left side of the field a little more over these past few minutes.
Coach Pat trying to help his team here. You can hear him up here in the broadcast booth trying to get his players in better position, be able to drive the ball upfield as they're doing now. A good pass to Osmond Basic. Goes right to, I believe that is number 0, Juan Ramirez.
Southwestern sends this one downfield.
The Canes on the attack now. Great defense there by Page. It's good to see Page back out there. I know he was a couple games that we called earlier. He was not playing. I don't quite remember why. I think he was injured, but good to see him back out there. He's one of the faster players on this Nighthawks team.
The Hurricanes players down at midfield. Taking some contact. He is back up on his feet. Salamatu looks to be okay as the Hurricanes resume play here. Montoya. Nighthawks defense sends this one downfield.
Trying to set something up here, playing a little keep away. And sends it back to Hazel Way.
So Sinclair passes it off to Prince, goes back to Sinclair. As Georgia Southwestern makes their way downfield, pass a little strong there, goes out of bounds. Nighthawks throw in. Congested there on the sideline. This leads to another Nighthawks throw in. He's looking for Vienna.
Kicks it back to Ramirez. Austin Basic tries to track it down to get there as McHale tries for it as well. Possession will retain to the Canes.
Throw in. Another throw in for the Hurricanes.
Asiatu with the ball, taking it downfield and kicks it to Page.
Page finding McGinnis. McGinnis definitely a player that Coach Crawford had circled coming into this game.
Oh, for sure. Joe is a very good player for the Nighthawks.
In his last home game, he had 2 goals.
Kind of bad officiating there by the ref. You're supposed to get 10 yards of separation when you have that free kick, and they did not, and the Canes were able to get the ball right back.
Ball will go back to Lay. Asiatu passing it off to Carlton, who passes it downfield. Hudson passing it downfield. Sinclair.
Oh. Almost there for Osmond Basic.
Yes, Osmond Basic and McInnes were there, which are both big threats to score for the Nighthawks. But that'll lead to a corner here for North Georgia. See if they can make something happen here. I believe Rodas is taking the corner again. He sends it in. Asiatu almost getting a piece of that one. One of the tallest players on this Nighthawk squad.
Well, for sure. I think he's about 6'6". No, maybe 6. Let me see. Heads up. Coming in the stands. Ball rolls on the field from a throw-in from the fans.
So Georgia Southwestern will take the corner here. It's actually going to be looks like a goal kick for Lay. Sinclair sends this one downfield. Trying to find McInnes there.
Daviana tries to get it as well.
As a Georgia Southwestern player is down. There he is. Tripped up by Daviana. Daviana trying to show some good sportsmanship there. So we'll have a clock will stop here.
Daviana will get talking to the ref. That's about the play. It looks to be okay. I believe that is number 17, Daniel Garter Jr.
As the clock continues to roll here.
Chick-fil-A Dahlonega is a presenting sponsor of the Nighthawk of the Week program. From supporting local charities to hosting school spirit nights, Chick-fil-A restaurants are committed to giving back in ways that are most meaningful to our customers and our communities. If you're looking for great food nearby, it is Chick-fil-A's pleasure to serve you.
So the Nighthawks will throw in here. As you mentioned, Garnett is inactive for the game. He's definitely one of the go-tos for throw-ins for the Nighthawks.
That is for sure. He's a great player to help throw it in. As we have, I think that is Marvin will throw it in again. Like he's going to be the throw-in man for the Nighthawks. Oh, great shot there. Deep far out from, I believe that is number 2.
It's Christian Carlton.
That would have been crazy if that went in from that far back, but hey, good shot though. Ooh, great play there.
Osmond Basic. Threat here, sends it in.
Handball. We have one sub waiting on the side for the Canes.
The Canes take the free kick here, send this one downfield.
He is offsides, I believe, but the ref does not call it. Kicks it well over the back net.
Nighthawks catching a break there. Don't get the offsides calls, Noah said, but we're not able to capitalize there, so Hazel Lay will take the goal kick.
Good move better, Markel.
Carlos Lopez entering the game for Georgia Southwestern. As the Nighthawks are on the attack here.
No call there. Wow. I thought that would be a call. He kind of tripped him from behind as he was running with the ball. Wow, a little scuffle kind of we have here. I don't know who he's going to give that. He's going to talk to, I believe that was number 10, Leno, that got Leno. I believe he felt like that was on purpose.
As you mentioned, there was the no call there, so Leno De Catano was definitely frustrated on that one.
Ref's talking to both, so I'm giving them a stern warning. You don't want to see nothing more.
The previous matchup between these two squads was definitely a physical one, with 4 yellow cards thrown and 32 total fouls called between these two.
I feel like any rival, if it's like in your division, is always going to be hot, especially with Young Harris. There's been the Battle of Blood Mountain with them, the Nighthawks playing each other. I feel like there's going to be some type of, you know, if you play any conference rival, even division rival, it's going to be, you know, a little bit more hot in the sense of, you know, when it comes to these games, because, you know, you're always trying to beat your division or your conference rival, trying to get the win over them, because it always looks better than out of the conference wins. But, you know, it just happens in sports mentality, sports competitiveness. So it's always going to come out no matter what sport you watch.
As Nighthawks making their way downfield, Osmond Basic.
Ooh. Great try there by Osmond Basic. Goalie came pretty far out there and got the deflect there.
That's what happened on the first goal there from Osmond Basic. And Ramirez came just a little too far out from the goal there, and Osmond Basic was able to capitalize. Fortunately, didn't come away with anything there.
McKill has such good handles with the ball when it comes to that.
That ball will roll out of bounds for a Georgia Southwestern throw-in.
It's a dangerous spot for the Nighthawks here. If Georgia Southwestern gets a good, there'll be a foul on the Nighthawks on Paige Sinclair.
As Tifrit will take the free kick here. Like you said, in dangerous territory. Sends this one in.
Nighthawks tripped on each other there.
Yeah. Looked like a miscommunication there for Georgia Southwestern as that ball rolls out of bounds. So Lay will have the goal kick. Looked as if a Georgia Southwestern player almost jumped into Nighthawk there.
In a sense, I think, I believe that is number 10, correct? Yeah. Leno De Catano, I think he kind of went for the ball and kind of just booty bumped him, I'll say, something like that into the Canes player. Kind of caused the foul.
Lay with another goal kick here. It's about 20 minutes left here in this first period of action. Score is still 1-0. Nighthawks on top. Carleton has the ball now. Ball goes back to Carleton. He will try to make his way downfield here.
UNG Bookstore is located in the Chesapeake Building. Beside Starbucks in downtown Dahlonega, fans and students can visit in person or online at ungbookstore.com for all your Nighthawk apparel and textbooks needs.
Sinclair passes it off here. Ball goes right to Georgia Southwestern.
Georgia Southwestern, trying to be a little bit more aggressive here with about less than 20 minutes remaining in this last period. The Nighthawks are standing pretty strong up for their defense right now, not letting a lot of shots on goal. I do believe they maybe have 1 to 2 shots on goal. But the Nighthawks are doing a very good job keeping the ball on the opposite side of the field. They're triple teaming Osmond Basic right now.
Osmond Basic sends that one in.
I agree with the fans here. That should have been he was holding him a lot there.
Yes, definitely looked like McGinnis was being held there for sure.
Oh, for sure. He was being held out a lot. And the ref is being very lenient in a couple sides and a couple instances of the game here. Like that should have been, I believe that should have been a hold or some type of foul on the Canes. Number 4, Carlos Lopez, the sophomore, 5'7", 139, coming out from Miami, Florida, subbing in for the game.
Osmond Basic tripped up there. As he said, they're definitely showing him a lot of attention here in this first period. After he got going early in this game, scoring just 3 minutes into the game. So Rodas sends it in.
That's a great kick. A little too far out.
A couple of Nighthawks on the sideline waiting to come into the game. As North Georgia will make the substitution. Nighthawks in the corner in. A little bit of a scare there for the Hurricanes as the ball was rolling around there for a minute. And Will Bentley has stepped on for North Georgia, as well as Tyler Vitelli.
It's a great opportunity. Oh, right through the legs. I believe that is Tyler.
One for the Nighthawks, number 12. Will Bentley, number 28, Tyler Vitale.
In NCAA Division II, there are no limits. That's why the University of North Georgia gives student athletes the opportunity to excel on and off the field of competition. From top-notch academics to community engagement to elite athletics, Nighthawks can become a champion in everything they do. In Division II, the opportunities are there. So join UNG Nighthawk Athletics as we continue to pursue the NCAA Division II mission and make it yours.
As Vitelli sends that one in.
Ooh. Good try there. I think he was a tad late to try to fill that ball. That's a tad late.
So Georgia Southwestern will take the goal kick here. free kick awarded to Georgia Southwestern. Tried to get going quickly there, but was not in the right spot. Kimoni Mills stepping on for Georgia Southwestern here.
There's a great opportunity here for Nighthawk to try to get something going. They're staying, like I said before, they're staying in the Canes territory so much, with Tyler Vitelli shaking these defenders down there, trying to get the ball in. Wow, the ref gives that ball to the Canes. Everybody thought that should have definitely been a foul on. Even Pat Paris, you can see him arguing with the ref a little bit. Trying to see that was definitely a foul on the Canes to give the Nighthawks possibly a free kick.
Georgia Southwestern in position here. They are offsides, it looked like.
Walden Company and Realty is dedicated to serving you with all your real estate needs. The team of professionals will help you with everything from transition coordination to marketing to representing you as a buyer or a seller. Make your transaction run as smoothly as possible. For more information, visit waldenco.com.
So North Georgia with the free kick here, as Asiedu will be the one to take the kick for the Nighthawks.
Good kick there.
As a Hurricane is tripped up there.
Oh, good try there by Alejandro. Wanting us a taller defender there.
Georgia Southwestern sends this one in.
Good save there by Hazel. Almost lost it there for a second.
Lopez with the shot there.
Like we have a sub getting ready for the Nighthawks. I believe that's number 14, Marvin Gomez. The fans here are not very kind of this ref here today. Not calling much obvious stuff.
Yes, definitely let them play on a little more here today.
For sure. That's Marvin coming in for, I believe that is number 10, Leno de Gitano. Give him a little rest.
Nighthawks number 14, Marvin Gomez.
So Lay will take the goal kick, passes this one off to Asiedu. The Nighthawks send this one downfield. Georgia Southwestern takes over. Georgia Southwestern looking to be aggressive here. Job by the Nighthawks defense to contain the Hurricanes, as they will have a throw in there in the far corner. As that ball rolls out of bounds for a Hurricanes throw-in. Ball rolls out of bounds again.
Emicola Propane is locally operated and owned in Northeast Georgia and provides propane sales, service, and repair to farms, homes, and businesses. and McCullough Procane is dedicated to making their customers' lives more comfortable with their knowledgeable staff. Will help both with residential and commercial needs.
So just under 10 minutes to play here in this first period.
Nighthawks trying to get this first period shutout.
On for the Hurricanes, number 14, Anthony Duarte.
As Anthony Duarte steps on for Georgia Southwestern.
They have a lot of people from Florida.
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'm looking at their roster now.
Well, it kind of makes sense because they're Southwestern, so I mean, it kind of makes sense. A lot of people are from the Southwest area. Southeast area.
Nighthawks defense with the ball here as Carlton passes it off. Ball goes back to Osiedu. Hudson finding Dave Vienna.
Wow.
Good move by Dave Vienna as he makes his way downfield.
That was a great try there by Dave Vienna to get that to, I believe that was Tyler Vitelli.
So that will lead to a North Georgia corner here.
With the Jaws music in the background. But this can be very dangerous for any team. Oh, not Jaws, excuse me. It was Jaws, okay.
Ball goes back to Dave Vienna. As a Georgia Southwestern player tripped up there. Leads to a free kick for the Hurricanes.
Vienna trying to help defend with the help of Osiedu.
Bentley passing that ball back. Goes to Osiedu. Nighthawks defense playing a little bit of keep away here. Pass wasn't quite strong enough from Gomez, but ball goes
There
back
we
to
go.
him.
The crowd likes that call by the ref because he hasn't been calling much of those type of fouls.
As Sinclair is still down here.
I believe that is Paige Sinclair. Got a hard fall there on his stomach.
So Sinclair will take the free kick here in dangerous territory. In their last home game for the Nighthawks, he had a goal off of a free kick in this sort of a similar situation. We'll see if he can repeat history here as he sends that one in. Ball rolls left of the goal.
A bit of a whiff.
So Ramirez, the goal kick. Got 5 minutes left here in this first period. See if North Georgia can maintain the shutout here in this first period.
On for the Hurricanes, number 33, Donnell Trey Clements.
Donnell Trey Clements coming on for the Canes, a freshman 5'9" out of Bear Hope, Alabama.
Lay passing that one off to Hudson.
Probably like to play a little keep away here with about 4:15 remaining. Keep it with their back defenders.
Yes, definitely want to maintain that lead going into halftime.
The Peach Belt Conference is home to 37 national championships, including your 2015 UNG soccer softball team and your 2021 pole vault champion Journey Gurley. The conference is made up of 10 NCAA Division II member institutes from Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, and currently holds 15 championships. Currently holds championships in 15 sports. For more information on the conference, visit the league's official website at peachbelt.com.
As Cole Carter throws it in for Georgia Southwestern. Lay is there, as we mentioned. Hazel Lay, the two-time Peach Belt goalkeeper of the week this season. Good ball there from Nighthawks. As they find the back of the net, Will Bentley puts the Nighthawks up 2-0.
As Osman Basic runs into the crowd spraying water on him.
So Will Bentley finding the back of the net to put the Nighthawks up 2-0 in this game. 3 minutes left.
As we show from the replay here. As you see here, Will Bentley gets it past the defender, kicks it right to the right side, bottom right corner of the net to put the Nighthawks up, 2-0 with 3:08 remaining in the first period. Very, very good start for the Nighthawks here. Very good start.
Absolutely. That assist being awarded to Mikhail Prince. Definitely got to feel good for Pat Paris and his Nighthawks to be up 2-0 in this first period. See if the Nighthawks defense can help them maintain that lead here. Again, Ramirez on that goal, coming just a little too far out there, and Nighthawks were able to capitalize. As Bentley came away with the goal.
A staple in downtown Dahlonega, the Smith House Country Store, restaurant, and hotel offers various types of accommodations for visitors and has been serving family-style country cooking since 1922, just off the historic Dahlonega Square.
So Georgia Southwestern will take the, I believe they're taking the corner here. See if they can make something happen. Try to cut this deficit to 2-1. So they send this one in. Ball rolls to the left of the goal. Lay talking to his defense here. Trying to coach him up for this last about minute and a half in this first period. As the clock will stop here. And Lay will just look to boot this one downfield as far as he can. Ball will go back to Sinclair, which goes to Georgia Southwestern. There's no call there. A little bit of confusion on Georgia Southwestern's side. The Nighthawks defense working the ball around here.
Exactly. Let's see if they can try to. Well, it's 40 seconds left. See if they can get a cheeky little goal here.
This Georgia Southwestern takes over. Good few moves there from Georgia Southwestern. The ball roll out of bounds.
15 seconds left.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
And at the end of your halftime,
Your halftime score at the
your halftime
UNG
score
Soccer
is
Field at Lincoln
2-0.
Park, University
Nighthawks
of North
leading.
Georgia 2, Georgia
A very
Southwestern
dominant start for the Nighthawks. Hopefully they can keep this up in this second period. And we will be right back with you after this short commercial break. It is 2-0 here at the UNG Soccer Field at Lincoln Trail Park. You are watching the Nighthawks Sports Network.
Coke with coffee. We blended Coke with rich coffee for one very good reason. Your afternoon pick-me-up routine needed it. Simple as that. Coke with coffee.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
Here in Dahlonega, we treasure our history.
We treasure our waterfalls.
We treasure our wine.
But most of all, we treasure our guests.
We are a family.
We treasure our community.
And we're an experience for you to discover.
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 The heart of the Georgia mountains.
The heart of the Georgia mountains.
Discover the heart of the Georgia mountains.
The mountains are open.
How do you create something that's different than everyone else? You do it differently than everyone else. Here at Copeland Creative, we specialize in telling captivating stories of wild people, wild things, and wild places. We don't just capture the story, we immerse ourselves in it. We are a diverse, multi-talented media house based in North Georgia, and if you have a story that needs told, we want to help you tell it.
Back with you here in Dahlonega.
The North Georgia men's soccer team from 1972 getting some recognition here at midfield during halftime of this game. So big congratulations to them. A couple of halftime stats here. in Dahlonega. Your score is 2-0. Nighthawks on top.
University of North Georgia men's soccer program and the entire Nighthawk athletics family, please join us in a resounding Nighthawk round of applause for the 1972 North Georgia Saints.
And we were the Saints before we were the Nighthawks. So these are the trailblazers of who set the tone for these new up-and-coming and past men's soccer players here. A big congratulations to them.
So as they make their way off the field, we'll have a couple more stats for you. As we mentioned, North Georgia up 2-0. As we've also notched 2 assists on the game as well. Those 2 goals coming from Harris Osman Basic and Will Bentley. Assists being credited to Mikael Prince and Alejandro de Viena. A couple more stats for you here, as both of North Georgia's shots have been on goal. Same thing for Georgia Southwestern. Their one shot of the game was on goal as well. North Georgia being awarded 5 corners in this game. The Hurricanes coming away with just 1. No cards thrown in this game yet, although it has been a pretty physical game up to this point. We'll see if there's more of the same to come from that in the second half. 7 fouls being called on the Hurricanes, 11 on North Georgia. There have been 3 offsides calls going to Georgia Southwestern, as it looked like they had a couple opportunities to come away with a goal here, but unfortunately all 3 of those were offsides. And Hazel Lay also coming away with a save in that first half as well. So it's been a pretty evenly matched game as far as shots are coming so far. Not a lot of shots being thrown in this game, but North Georgia is 2 for 2 with their shots. So they've been very accurate here so far. See if there's more of the same to come in the second half of play, as we will take you around the rest of Division II soccer, starting in the Men's Peach Belt Conference. North Georgia, Georgia Southwestern, game we are covering right now at halftime. Big game between Lander and Young Harris. It's going to be kicking off at 3 p.m. over in Young Harris, Georgia. Flagler and Clayton State will kick off at 3 p.m. in Morrow, Georgia. And Belmont Abbey and USC Aiken will have a game at 6 p.m. in Aiken, South Carolina, as USC Aiken plays a non-Peach Belt team there. So a couple big games today on this beautiful Saturday, as we take you to the United Soccer Coaches Top 25. Couple of shakeups there. Lander University receiving votes, but was unable to crack the top 25 for the national rankings, as we take you to the southeast region of the top 25, as Young Harris ranks 8th so far in the southeast region. Lander 3rd. As we mentioned, those 2 teams facing off against one another in about an hour. So that'll be a big game between those 2 teams. The North Georgia women's soccer team is playing at Albany State today at 4 p.m. as they look to get things going after a 1-1 tie against Lander this past Wednesday. So a couple big games today for both the men's and the women's squads. North Georgia looking to get the win here after their loss to Young Harris. As we mentioned earlier, they lost 4-1 to Young Harris in the Battle of Blood Mountain. I believe it is still tied as far as the point system goes in that rivalry. Unfortunately, Georgia Southwestern was unable to get ahead there. And so, as we mentioned, North Georgia up 2-0, trying to be aggressive here in this second period of play. And we will see if they can keep up the aggression here in the second half, but we will go to a commercial break here. You are watching North Georgia Soccer on the Nighthawk Sports Network.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Back with you here in Dahlonega as we have about 2 minutes until halftime is over. I think one thing the Canes can do, Robert, I mean, they are getting into our territory, but the Nighthawks defense is staying very, very stout and not letting them get great looks on the goal. So that's good for the Nighthawks. I know Dr. Pat is loving that, not letting their conference rival get that. And with Nighthawks, I think they should just keep what they're doing. They're doing a very good job keeping the ball downfield. They have a pretty good back defender line as well. So it's kind of like the battle of the defenses there. Those 2 goals are very good for the Nighthawks to start off strong. Hopefully they can keep this Hazel-Lay, and this Nighthawks team can keep this shutout. Will look good on their record. What do you think, Robert? What do you think changes can be made in this game either for the Nighthawks or for the Canes? The Nighthawks keep scoring, the Canes to stop them from scoring.
Well, definitely. I think Nighthawks just got to keep doing what they're doing. You know, they've been setting up their players here for success, coming away with 2 goals. Hazel-Lay, as you mentioned, not having to see too much action in this game. Neither has Juan Ramirez either. He's only, like we said, shots have been kept pretty low in this game. Just 1 for Georgia Southwestern and 2 for the Nighthawks. Both of those goals for the Nighthawks looked as if Juan Ramirez came just a little too far out from the goal there. So if he can kind of stay back a little bit, kind of hold his ground, we'll see if he can get a couple more saves here. As you mentioned, the Nighthawks playing terrific defense in this first period. Definitely looks like they have a little bit of a height advantage out there with Asiedu and Carlton sitting pretty tall, so anytime the Georgia Southwestern offense tries to get going, they normally kind of come and crowd around them, get into some double teams, even take away the ball. So Nighthawks just got to keep doing what they're doing, keep up the aggression, and see if Georgia Southwestern can respond.
For sure. I think Pat Paris is really, like I said before, is really liking the effort that his Nighthawks are doing today. So I know, even as you're winning as a coach, you still want to see your players improve on the field. No matter if you're up by 6 goals or 10 goals, you always want to see them keeping that discipline and staying in their positions and still playing the game no matter what the score is, no matter if it's a blowout or it's a close game. Always keeping that discipline and make sure they're staying in their positions, as I said. Getting good shots on goal still, just, further their confidence in the game as well.
Definitely got to play this game like it's still 0-0 here.
Exactly.
Keep up the aggression. Definitely don't want to let their guard down here. After coming off of 2 straight losses, 1 to Clayton State, 1 to Young Harris, this is a must-win here for North Georgia, especially if they want to get to 500 on the season. I was expecting Georgia Southwestern to come out with a little bit more urgency as well, as they have dropped all of their games since they last played North Georgia earlier this season. But we'll see if they up the aggression here in the second period. As that ball rolls out of bounds, so Nighthawks will throw in. Carlton. As it does not look like McInnes or Osmond Basic are out there to start this second period. Dr. Pat is probably keeping those 2 in his back pocket for the game gets closer. They're both big threats to score. As Georgia Southwestern takes the free kick. Ball finds Lay. So he rolls this one to Rodas.
Game's being a lot more aggressive to start this second period. Something they needed to probably do if they want to try to get back into this game. Like I said, the Nighthawks defense is still very good.
Nighthawks will have the free kick here, as Hudson will be the one to take the kick. Hudson, another very tall defender for North Georgia. Asiedu takes the free kick.
Great track there by Alejandro.
As that ball goes out of bounds. Georgia Southwestern throws in.
Looks like the Rodas.
Ball a little too strong from Sinclair as that one goes out of bounds. Good job by the Nighthawks to take that ball away there. For the moment, but Georgia Southwestern takes over. It's The ball goes back to the Nighthawks defense. As the ball soars out of bounds into the stands for a Georgia Southwestern throw-in. Got a good crowd out here on this beautiful Saturday afternoon in Dahlonega. Again, the 1972 North Georgia men's soccer team in attendance as well, as they got some recognition at halftime. Georgia Southwestern trying to be aggressive here, but again, good job by the Nighthawks defense. Georgia Southwestern sends this one in.
Woo! Very, very close. Roll literally right in front of the goal.
Yes,
lucky.
Yes, Lay was not too happy with his defense there on that one.
That would have been a very, basically easy goal, as you can call it. That roll literally right. A little bit more, that could have went right into the goal.
That ball goes back to Georgia Southwestern. Definitely being a little more aggressive here in the second period. It's definitely a must-win for them as well. Trying to build some momentum. Rodas passes that one off to Gomez.
Oh, bad pass there by Marvin. That's the dude back there for the defense.
Vitelli tracks that ball down as he's got a breakaway here. Showing off that speed.
Trying to set something up here for his team. A little bit too much there for Mikhail. That would have been a great shot there for Mikhail. Have a sub coming in for the Nighthawks. I believe that is Marvin Rodas coming back in.
It looks like Benjamin Elgueta.
Oh, excuse me. That is Benjamin.
On for the Nighthawks, number 23, Benjamin Elgueta.
Lay is there to prevent the Hurricanes from capitalizing there.
The Canes attacking now.
Canes with a shot.
Great defense.
Yes, great job by the Nighthawks defense there. As Georgia Southwestern had some chances there. So North Georgia will be awarded the free kick here. Excuse me, Georgia Southwestern with the free kick.
Ooh, bad kick there by Page. Has to get that out of there. Good job for Hazel Lay there. Page kind of whiffed the kick, went straight up into the air.
Ball goes back to Georgia Southwestern. They've got a couple chances here with 2 shots in the second half. So we'll have a stoppage of play here. It looks like yellow card's going to be issued to Dave Vienna. As he was on the ground there for a moment and tripped up a Georgia Southwestern player. I believe that is the first yellow thrown in this game. As we resume play.
Good defense there. Get that ball out of there. The tall players stepping up. Good back line defenders.
Bentley tried to track that ball down, but ball goes to Georgia Southwestern. It looks like McHale took some contact to the head there.
Like he only got poked in the eye.
He looks to be okay though. Sinclair sends this free kick in. And the ball will find the back of the net yet again.
I believe that was 23. Benjamin Elgueta with the goal there.
Great shot there from Benjamin Elgueta as he puts the Nighthawks up 3-0. So Georgia Southwestern trying to be the aggressors here, but North Georgia responds, going up 3-0. As that ball will roll out of bounds for a goal kick for Hazel A.
North Georgia goal by number 23, Benjamin Elgueta. Bringing the new score here at the UNG soccer field at Lenny Cottrell Park to North Georgia 3, Georgia Southwestern 0.
We have a sub that came in, Tebow Soitoyembo. Just came into the game.
For the Nighthawks, number 9, Tebow Soitoyembo.
The junior forward from the UK. Seen some action here in the second period. Georgia Southwestern throws in. This is Tebow with the ball now. Georgia Southwestern trying to be aggressive here. Lays there with the save. That ball soars into the crowd. Had a couple of soccer balls.
Yeah, a lot of soccer balls came into the crowd today. Hopefully nobody got hit. Paige Sinclair. Oh, is he on Sasso? Yes, he is.
Vitelli
trying to get something going here. Kicks it in.
And Vitelli.
Scored by Tyler Vitelli.
Nighthawks pouring it on here in the second half.
That was I thought that was out, but he made that.
Very impressive goal there from Vitelli.
As we show you this replay here of the goal. Tyler Taylor gets the breakaway speed, sets up that left defender. He kicks it right to the right side of the net. Almost hit the pole, or did hit the pole, I believe, to make the score now 4-0. The UNG Nighthawks are pouring it on here at Land Control Park. Very dominant start and hopefully a dominant finish here. That breakaway speed helped him out a lot to get that ball down there to set up for the score. I believe he was going against number 28, if I'm not mistaken, Vincent Montoya, and just got right past him. The goalkeeper came a little too far out, kicked it right past him to that right pole and got it just in.
Yeah, it looked like Vitelli was going to pass it off, try to set somebody else up for a goal, but he just took things into his own hands and found the back of the net.
For sure, great goal.
Nighthawks already matching their score, their goals from the first period in just under 10 minutes of action here. So
I know Pat Paris is happy for his players getting a very good start here and finishing it for the Nighthawks. I know he was probably telling his players this week we have to win these games coming up. We might want to get a higher playoff seed. And with this one here, we'll definitely kickstart that.
Sinclair's tripped up, no call there.
The Nighthawks Athletic Club is a fundraising arm of the Department of Athletics at UNG. Its goal is to enhance the academic and athletic experience by offering scholarships, first-class facilities, and general financial support for our 250 student athletes representing the university in 13 intercollegiate sports programs. Fans are encouraged to join the team behind the Nighthawks, the Nighthawks Athletic Club.
As North Georgia with possession here. That midfield, a little bit of contact there. Leads to a free kick for the Hurricanes. The historical matchup has been fairly one-sided between these two squads. North Georgia notching 17 wins against Georgia Southwestern. Georgia Southwestern getting 3 wins against the Nighthawks along with 1 tie. That tie being coming this season. First time that these two teams have ended in a draw.
Corner kick for the Canes. Kicks it in. It will go out of bounds. I believe Canes will retain possession.
So they will have another corner here. They send it in, and they will find the back of the net.
So the Canes get a score here. Late, well, like about 15 minutes down into the second period. So no shutout, unfortunately, for Hazel A.
Georgia Southwestern responding with a goal here. We'll have a update for the Georgia Southwestern goal here in a minute. Georgia Southwestern makes their way downfield again. And they will be awarded the corner. So definitely notching a few more corner kicks in this second period than they did in the first.
Good defense there, and Page should get it out of there.
Yes. Cole Davidson is the one to score for Georgia Southwestern, bringing the score to 4-1.
Georgia Southwestern 1.
As Christian Carlton will take the free kick here. As Sinclair has the ball taken away.
With Canes on the attack.
Good defense again from North Georgia.
O'Kell with the ball, trying to get it upfield to Marvin. Marvin gets it to Tyler.
Georgia Southwestern takes over here. There's that shot was a little too strong there.
Right over the back net. So that's supposed to protect the balls from going out. But he kicks it a little too high. As we take a quick stop of the clock to fix the back of the net, as it was messed up on the Canes goal. Maybe not. Never mind. Trying to fix it real fast.
So play will continue on here. As Georgia Southwestern has possession now. Good takeaway there from Hudson.
As the Nighthawks get possession back, Marvin takes the ball.
Good move from Prince there.
Oh, that was way far right. That was a great shot, though. If it was a little bit better to the left, it could have been a better shot on goal. And unfortunately, he whips it to the right of the goal as we have two subs coming in for the Nighthawks, or not yet, waiting to come in.
It looks like Hayden Davis and I believe Joe McInnes are looking to step back on for North Georgia. Danelle Clements stepping on for Georgia Southwestern.
Throw in for the Canes.
Lopez trying to track that ball down. Carlos Lopez being aggressive here for the Hurricanes in the second period of play. We're about 20 minutes down here in this second period.
Set up for the free kick here.
Send it in. This ball rolls out of bounds for a Georgia Southwestern throw in. That ball finds the back of the net.
Another goal for the Canes. The Canes are trying to push his comeback here.
As immediately you'll see Joe McInnes enter the game for North Georgia. Try to provide a spark here for them. So they've let up 2 goals here in the second period.
I know Dr. Pad is not happy about his team letting up these 2 goals in this second period.
That goal going to number 20, Lucas Bedleg.
Assist credited to number 33, Trey Clements. Bringing the new score, Nighthawks 4, Hurricanes 2.
Sinclair sends this one down the midfield line. Ball goes back to Carlton. Hayden Davis also stepping on for North Georgia, as we mentioned earlier. That ball rolls out of bounds for a North Georgia throw-in. Nighthawks trying to prevent the comeback here, as George Southwestern.
Great serve there by Page. McInnes tries for it. Oh, he kicks it to the goal. That was a great try by McInnes to set up. I believe that is number 20. Can't quite see 21. Hayden Davis there. Very good try by Joe. Joe gets it right back though. Trying to get it to Tebow.
McInnes has 5 goals in the season so far, 4 assists, and 2 game-winning goals on the season. He's definitely a player that Hurricanes had circled coming into this game.
Oh. Little contact there as Joe tried to get the ball, kind of hit the Canes player in the face a little bit with the ball, so Canes take the possession back. Great header there.
Ball travels down the midfield line. Prince tracking that ball down.
Prince trying to get something going here. Kicks it to Marvin. Off the head of the Canes player. Be a corner for the Nighthawks. The ref goes to talk to the goalkeeper. Wonder what he did. Didn't quite see it. I believe that is, cannot quite see the number.
They send it in.
A little too high. Asiedu tries to get to the Page.
Get and Prince trying to work the ball around here. Goes to McInnes. McInnes a threat to score and dodge an assist.
Ooh. If there was a Nighthawks player, that would have been a goal easily. Great steal there by Page. breaking two people's ankles. And it goes out of bounds.
A couple of good moves there from Sinclair. Wasn't able to come away with anything. As a Georgia Southwestern player is down on the turf. As the sub will come in for him.
Like he might have little cramps or something. Maybe looks like he was trying to go on a stretch.
So Lopez will step off. As North Georgia has the corner here.
Ooh. With the Canes on the attack now.
Canes looking to be aggressive here. And they find the back of the net again. Yeah.
Wow. Another goal by the Canes here.
They are definitely being aggressive here. Getting the deficit down to just 3-4. As Chris Salamatu scores there for the Hurricanes. Lucas Bedleg getting the assist there.
The Nighthawks have to do a better job on their defense right here. This is the third goal in this second period, and I know Dr. Pat is not very happy with his defense. And I know Hazel Lay is not happy either. Because it's putting him in a hard position to try to prevent these goals.
Lots of action here in this second period of play. Got about 20 minutes left in this game. We've had 5 goals scored here in this second period between the two teams. So it's all of a sudden a very close game again. Georgia Southwestern will have the free kick here.
The Nighthawks have to play better defense. They have led up 2-3 goals in this second period. This is not, I believe, not how they usually play. They usually have better defenses. But this Canes attackers have been very aggressive in this second period. And the Nighthawks defense has been a little lackluster. The ref will talk to a Canes player.
Yes, both teams definitely up in the intensity here. As Tiferet gets a talking to from the official. Sinclair will take the free kick. He sends this one downfield.
Oh, wow. Kicked right in the face. Hopefully he is okay.
Good hustle there from Davis.
Looks to be okay.
So Georgia Southwestern with possession here. The ball stays in the air.
Ball is all in the air. Nighthawks trying to get something going here to try to tackle another goal, to try to make this game a little, try to increase their lead. Wow, no call there by the ref.
So lots of action there. Will lead to a Georgia Southwestern throw-in. As it looks like Osmond Basic will step back into the game momentarily. So Carlton looking to throw in here. Ball goes back to Carlton. McInnes passing that off to Rodas. Rodas sending that one in.
We'll go out of bounds. Ticketing for UNG Athletic home events have transitioned to a fully digital model with tickets now on sale for $10 for a single game. Seniors 65 and older, middle and high school students, and military members can purchase discounted tickets. Single game tickets at $7 each. Season ticket options are also available for both men's and women's soccer seasons. UNG students, faculty, and staff will continue to gain free admission to all home events using the Campus Group app on their phone and will no longer need to show their Nighthawks ID card. For complete information regarding both single game and the season ticket options, please visit ungathletics.com/tickets.
Good defense there from Osiedu to prevent Georgia Southwestern from capitalizing. Will lead to a goal kick for Hazel Lay. As the clock is stopped here. And we resume play. Ball goes to Asiedu. Cole Davidson lands on top of McInnes there. Lead to the free kick for North Georgia. As Damian Dominguez will step on for Georgia Southwestern. Nighthawks have a couple of subs waiting to come into the game.
What about 4 subs coming in? Alex Tapia. Or Tapia, excuse me. I believe that is Leno DiGitano. Hey, Osmond Basic and Harrison Wright all coming into the game.
So Wright seeing his first action of the night, or the afternoon here. See if he can provide a spark off of the bench. So that ball will go back to Lay. Ball goes out of bounds off of the Hurricanes player. So that'll be a Nighthawks throw-in. Georgia Southwestern in position here.
Good save there by Hazel. Try to keep this game, try to keep the lead on this game. 4-3. The Canes have put up a fight here, and it's not nowhere over as we have about 13 minutes left in this second period.
Yes, despite the Nighthawks holding the advantage in wins over Georgia Southwestern, the games have been relatively close. One of the most interesting games coming back on October 16th of 2021, where The Nighthawks went on the road to play Georgia Southwestern, and Michael Walsh firing a shot from nearly 50 yards out with 5 seconds left in the game to tie the game, bring it to overtime. Unfortunately, North Georgia was unable to come away with the win there. And Georgia Southwestern ties this game up in the second half. It is now 4-4.
Wow.
Damian Dominguez with the score there for Georgia Southwestern, as the Nighthawks have let up 4 goals in this second period of action. It is now a tied game.
Wow. I know Dr. Pat is not happy with his team right now, letting up 4 goals in the second period. I know after this game, if it goes on as a loss or a tie, I know he would have a very, very, very stern talking to his team, because he's know his teams can play much better than this. So the Nighthawks have to get something going here to not let this go down as a tie.
Yes, last game between these two squads this season ended in a 1-1 tie. So both teams looking for the win here.
Yeah, for sure. I know for sure none of the players are happy with their performance right now, letting up 4 goals in the second period. It's very scary right there for the Nighthawks. They have to get some defense going and some offense going here to try to win this game with 11:15 remaining.
Yes, what looked like it was a one-sided affair has turned into a tied game. So we've had 6 goals scored between these two teams in the second period.
Bryan Properties is a commercial real estate brokerage firm serving Northeast Georgia, located in nearby Cumming, Georgia. Bryan Properties specializes in commercial real estate along the Georgia 400 corridor. For more information on Bryan Properties, visit bryanproperties.net.
Both teams definitely turning up the intensity here. About 10 minutes left in this game. The ball goes back to Walsh. Sinclair passes it back to Osmond Basic.
That is Christian Carlton. Nighthawks trying to get something going here with about less than 10 minutes remaining in this second period. It's a very lackluster defense they have had today. They have to get better if they want to win this game or even more games in the future, because I know they can be much better than this on the back end and on the offensive end as well. They did good on the offensive end, scoring 4 goals, 2 in each period. But they have to get something going here to not let this game fall to a tie, as they were up 4-0 at the beginning of this second period.
Yes, what was in the first half just 1 shot for Georgia Southwestern and 2 for the Nighthawks has turned into 9 shots for Georgia Southwestern and just 4 for North Georgia.
As there's a player down for the Canes.
So the clock will stop here for an injury timeout. So the players catching their breath here. This is a very warm fall day. So it looks like Chris Salamatu will get back to his feet. It's a good sign there.
He got hit in the upper chest, throat area as they were going for, when they all collided.
As we mentioned, Georgia Southwestern now gaining the advantage in shots with North Georgia having 4 shots, although all 4 of their shots have been on goal, so they're still 4 for 4 here in this game. But unfortunately, Georgia Southwestern has notched some more goals here, some more shots, excuse me, to tie this game up.
Trying to get it to Osmond Basic, but can't quite get it there. Nighthawks on the attack here. That will be a card on number 14, I believe. That is Anthony Duarte. Or
I believe that was on Riley Medlin.
You might be right.
Nevertheless, we will play on here.
Southwestern yellow card issued to number 34, Riley Medlin.
Lay just punches that ball out of there.
Nighthawks, there you go. Get some defense here.
It's a good defensive possession for the Nighthawks there. Just under 8 minutes left here in this game.
Crowd here wanting a call there for Osmond Basic.
Osmond Basic scoring earlier in this game, just 3 minutes in, finding the back of the net. As he will try to get going here. So Lay will take the goal kick here.
A yellow card issued to Asiedu. Crowd not liking the call here. That would be a free kick.
Asiedu a little aggressive there, but maybe some theatrics going on from Georgia Southwestern.
So that will give them a free kick here. I believe so.
North Georgia yellow card issued to number 4, Elwin Asiedu.
So free kick for the Hurricanes in dangerous territory here.
Very dangerous. They have to do good here if they do not want to take a loss. I feel like a tie is much better than a loss, but also a win is better than both.
So Salamatu lined up to take the kick. Tifrit will take the free kick. Lay there with the save, motioning his defense to go back. So he's just going to send this one downfield as far as he can. Nighthawks definitely wanting to get a win here in front of their home crowd in their second to last home game. Their final home game coming up on October 19th against Lander.
They definitely need to get a win here because Lander is I'm pretty sure leading, if I remember correctly, leading the Peach Belt conference as in records.
Noah is correct. They are 5-0-2 in Peach Belt play.
They have not got a loss in Peach Belt play. So Nighthawks need to get a win here. Just try to carry some momentum into that game to try to give them their first conference loss.
North Georgia throws in here. Osmond Basic in the corner. So North Georgia will have the throw in here.
Ball goes out of bounds. Tapia will throw it in to Paige Sinclair. Ball retains with the Nighthawks, trying to get something going here in this last 4 minutes.
Nighthawks trying to find Osmond Basic. Again, he's receiving a lot of attention. Seen a couple of double teams and even triple teams in this game.
Ball will stay with the Canes. The ref talking to the Canes player, trying to move up, try to get a better throw-in spot.
Ramirez coming far out from the goal there. Face to face with Osmond Basic. Osmond Basic
great
takes
back
the ball.
kick there. Osmond Basic had a great chance there to try to get the lead by the good defense by the Canes there. With 3:20 remaining. Score still tied. And Nighthawks need to get something going here. I feel like that was their best chance they've had.
Georgia Southwestern taking over here. Good effort there from Osmond Basic to force the goal kick. He's itching for his second goal of the night here. Try to give the Nighthawks the win.
2:40 remaining. Joe McInnes trying to fill this ball in.
McInnes throws it in.
Marvin tries to fill that in. It will be out of bounds.
Good effort there from Rodas to try to send that one in. Like I said, unfortunately, it was out of bounds. 2 minutes left here in this game. Southwestern looking to be aggressive. Carlton takes over.
Tries to get it to Osmond Basic. Deflected by the Canes player.
Salamatu making his way downfield, passes it off.
Salamatu scored the last goal, or I'm pretty sure 2 of the 4 goals, or 1 of the 4 goals. A minute 20 remaining.
Nighthawks defense sends this one downfield, trying to find Wright.
Osmond Basic trying to field it. And it's a good position here.
Osman Basic not happy about that one, as he was tripped up from behind.
Fans did not like no call there.
So we'll have a stoppage of play here for a moment. Sinclair to take the free kick.
We have a free kick for the Nighthawks.
Clock continues to roll. 35 seconds left. Wright sends this one out of bounds. Sinclair trying to work quickly here.
20 seconds. 20 seconds left. Ten seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
It looks like this game will end in a 4-4 tie.
A very dominating start for the Nighthawks, go down in as a tie at the end of the game, as the Georgia Southwestern Canes scored 4 goals in the second period. I know Coach Pat and his team was not very happy with how they played in the second period, as they were looking for a win, but unfortunately it goes on as a tie.
So North Georgia will follow up this game with a road matchup at Flagler. That game coming on October 15th at 1 p.m. And Georgia Southwestern will follow this game up with a matchup against Young Harris. As we see North Georgia and Georgia Southwestern tied today. I know both teams would have wanted to come away with the win, and what looked like it was almost a written down win here for North Georgia ends in a 4-4 tie.
All right, well, this ends with this game today. The final score was 4-4, ending up as a tie. Let's wrap things up for us here in Dahlonega. We thank you for tuning in to Nighthawk Sports Network, and look back to having you Wednesday for this next men's home game. Good, thank you. Have a great day.